Day 52, walking from Georgia to Maine on the Appalachian Trail. The beginning of the day took us through the first officially wheelchair-accessible portion of the trail, which led us through a beautiful field of wildflowers into this barn with the AT symbol on it. Shortly after the accessible portion, we saw the cutest baby animal on the trail yet. But before I show you that, a majority of the people who regularly watch our videos don't follow us, so it would be much appreciated if you could hit that follow button. As we walked in the field, we heard what we thought was a bird for a while. We didn't think much of it until we turned around and saw it was in fact not a bird at all, but a baby deer, and it was stumbling around trying to catch up to us. It couldn't have been more than a few days old, and it must have mistaken us for his mom. If a fawn approaches you, it doesn't always mean that it's orphaned. Mom might be nearby, she leaves them alone for most of the day. And even if it was abandoned, wildlife rehabbers required you to bring the animal in, which we couldn't do in the middle of a through hike. We felt bad leaving it there, but it just wouldn't be right to interfere if Mom would be back soon. We continued the hike, and shortly after, we saw rattlesnake number 2 on the trail. We were just thankful it rattled to warn us of its presence, so we could give it some space as we walked around. At this point, we were very close to Damascus and in the thick of fallen trees due to Hurricane Helene. It's been unbelievable seeing how the hurricane had affected hundreds of miles of trails. It was around 7 when we were at 18 miles for the day, and I had figured it was now or never to try and make it our first 20-mile day, considering the trail had been relatively flat. We kept pushing, and before we knew it, we were at 20 miles for the day.
20 miles in one day!
And if that wasn't enough, there were no flat spots to set up camp, so we had to keep hiking. The total for today ended up being 21 miles once we got to a spot to pitch the tent. We were less than 5 miles from Damascus now, so it'd be a short hike tomorrow to get to the famous Trail Days town, and of course, to a diner to get real food. Special thanks to my mom for sending us all our resupply packages. We could eat meat because of you! Thanks!